What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking Mission MUT Part 2. There's a lot going on within this whole promo. Go ahead and like the video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff right now as we go ahead and break it down. The first thing that I want you guys to understand is EA Sports has released silver versions of the original cards that gives all the chemistries from every single one of these the Mission MUT players. Excuse me, I'm about to say Mushin MUT. I don't know why I'm saying mushin. Maybe I'm thinking about mashed potatoes. I don't know what I'm doing. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with the way that everything is working within it. Go back over to my items. I'm going to show you what I originally got and what happened with the way that I'm going to be setting it up. So I chose the Walkers, what is it? The Walkers Wayfarers or whatever. So these 5 players give us certain attributes, right? And this is what EA Sports was trying to promote. They were trying to promote us putting these players into our lineup and getting those specific attributes based on the team captain. So what were those attributes, right? What were the upgrades? So this is what you would get from all the 6. It's supposed to show us a little bit more. There you go. Hold up, let me go back over there again. Okay, so we'll go this. Okay, there it goes. All right, it's kind of weird. Like you have to move it around to make you see it. So this is the real complex part that people just didn't understand. The tier 6 attributes only for all players is only the final tier 6, which means it doesn't matter what version of any of the 3 of the the Mission MUT players that you use, whatever crew you use, you're only getting the tier 6 version for all for all team players. And none of those attributes are speed. So you guys know how I feel about speed, right? I'm not going to really worry about it if they're not going to add the actual attribute of speed. So let me just give you guys an example of what's going on, because right now you can't really see what the tier 6 abilities are because it doesn't break it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take somebody out of the lineup later and show you guys what the tier 6 abilities are, so that way you guys can see it. You only get tier 6 for the entire lineup. F, it's part of the tier 6. 1 through 5 only applies to the crews. All right, now as far as the silver cards that I was talking to you guys about, this is what was very confusing. And shout out to my Twitch team that was able to help me, all my subs that was able to break it down and help me understand it with the way they were working, right? When you go over to Mission MUT Renegades, right? These players have all built-in abilities with all the crew's info on it, right? So let's say, for instance, Tyron Smith. You can see he has all of the actual 3 crews. So he's going to get all those tier 1 through tier 5 abilities. He's going to get all of that, okay? The problem is the tier 6 only applies to the entire team. 1 through 5 is only for the specific players, okay? With all these abilities that are baked in, that also costs 3 AP. So because of that, I don't think it's worth it with the way AP is right now to go ahead and start adding these players in. Also, you're re-spending for things that don't apply to the entire team. So when you start doing that, you're going to be taking away from your legends. You're going to be taking away from your regular theme teams. There's a lot that you'll be taking away from when you start to add these new players in. The only benefit is that every single one of the Mission MUT players, they get all of the chemistries from 1 through 6, okay? Including Night Train Lane and Timothy Tebow, who we now have on the team, all right? So what I'm saying to you is this: it realistically makes no sense to re-buy all these players as the silver versions of themselves to redo your crews again. Like, why would I buy Quay Walker again when he's not adding all of the attributes to my entire team? It just doesn't make any sense, okay? So if you've already started setting your team up, you can leave the way that it is and just apply that with the tier 6 to the entire team. If you feel that you want to add the other tier 6 abilities to the entire team, then you can come and buy these silver versions of it, which you can find under Mission MUT Renegades. And yes, you would have to go ahead and buy all the versions, the 96, the 93s, like you would have to buy all of them over again, if that is something that you would like to do. All right, so I think you can actually, based on what I was told, you could go ahead and search individually through the overalls and get all of the different versions of the players again, if that is something that you would like to do. My opinion is this: if it's not adding speed to the entire lineup, you're going to lose that extra boost that you get, and your players are just going to move a lot slower. Like, for instance, when I had it set up with the full Legends and the Sugar Rush, I had, Tony Gonzalez at 99 speed. Currently, right now, he's at 98. Now, a lot of you guys may think that that doesn't make a difference, but it actually does. It makes a huge difference in the way that he moves. We did get the acceleration, though, from the new Mission MUT players, because I'm going to show you the tier 6 right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one player. We'll take this Michael Clemens. We're going to take him out of the lineup, right? So that way you can see the tiers and you can kind of understand what I'm saying. When we go over here, you see how it's at 5 of 6? Tier 6 is acceleration and tackle. We don't care about tackle. Acceleration, that +1 is cool. It's fine. Now for all the other 2 crews, all you would get for the entire team is that extra excel plus whatever their tier 6s are. It doesn't apply with all the other tier 1 through 5 where you see the +3 speed and all that stuff. So from my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, I don't believe that you should go back and rebuy the silver versions of the cards, because if it's not adding speed and it's taken away from the way that your cornerbacks play or the way that your wide receivers burn dudes deep, it's not worth it. All right. And for me, it's okay because I can leave Tony Gonzalez the way he's, the way he is, because we've switched up our whole situation with the way that we've been playing. We've been actually coming out and running a lot more stretch and streaks, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll add it back. I just wanted you guys to see what the tier 6 was and how that works. Now, when we go back, it's just all together. And, it is what it is. Now the +6 tackle and it's +3 acceleration. Now, for the players that you actually have for the crew, right? I still believe that Quay Walker's crew is the best crew. And with him and Troy Anderson, this is a real big bonus, so you guys understand. We actually labbed the other day about middle linebackers rushing off the edge, and the one thing that we learned is that if they do not have a pass rushing ability, they will not rush. EA Sports will make them take different angles, they'll go into the middle, they'll be doing stupid stuff, right? The beautiful thing about Quay Walker's crew, he gets pass rushing abilities, and so does the other player. What's interesting about this, he actually gets edge threat, which is it's wild because now we know he's always going to rush, right? But he also gets unpredictable. Now, when you take a look at the other middle linebacker, he also gets pass rushing abilities. So now this creates a situation where we don't have to use LT off the edge anymore. Because why? I'm going to show you in a second. Now remember, under pressure, you usually get decent sheds and stuff like that, but I wouldn't recommend using that over some of the, over unpredictable, because unpredictable in itself will allow the dude to randomly shed. Now, why am I showing you this with this crew? I want to show you this because of this right here. 99 speed with the 99 excel. These dudes are running in off the edge, okay? This is really, really serious business. Shout out to Crazy Texan with the sub. Appreciate you, brother. This right here is very, very interesting. Because you got 2 guys that are off the edge that are going to be, wreaking havoc off the edge. Now look, this is where it gets much better for those of you guys that are blitz crazy like I am. The inside players with Jack Youngblood. I didn't know that Jack Youngblood had such good zone coverage. And what happens is you have to zone your linemen sometimes if you play a guy that's running 5 wide or they're just running a really, really stupid O. This right here, his 84 zone coverage, that's going to benefit you a lot when you decide that you have to zone players. The problem is, LT, we're going to have to find something for him to do. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have to really find something for him to do because it honestly doesn't make any sense to not put 99 speed, 99 excel guys on the outside. So this guy would be one of our new inside players, okay? Some of you guys were asking about the fact that we still have Reginald White, right? And yo, what are we going to do with Reggie White? Yo, he could be a D tackle. He sucks at D tackle. Okay, and one of the things that I want you guys to understand about the D tackle, this is what's very, very interesting about him, right? His inside stuff, no matter what, they charge the 1 AP for it. If we could have gotten that for 0, he would have been able to be useful as a D tackle. You need inside stuff on your D tackles. That's something that I would highly recommend. So I don't really believe that he's going to be useful because Nada and John Madden both get it for 0, which makes sense, in the sense of what we're trying to do with the actual gameplay. Notice that we're only giving 0 AP abilities to our other players as well. The linemen are only getting 0 AP abilities going forward. Now, with Youngblood, because we're going to probably put him on the inside, he gets 0 AP abilities as well. Now, this is another thing that's very, very interesting. You got to choose between these 4. What would be the best option? Because he's not going to be on the outside edge. So Edge Threat Elite is probably useless. Double or nothing, I don't know. But there might be a chance that no outsiders could be the best possible ability because we're double stacking no outsiders in certain cases because other players may have no outsiders. Like, Reggie White, if we decide to put him in, if we play against a runner. and we could double up on one side. One of them will shed. That's the science behind what's going on. Now, you could also give him double or nothing and always guarantee that he's going to do nothing. All right? It depends on how you want to work it. I would suggest, though, that you have some kind of run-stopping chem on some of these players. I'm just being totally upfront with you guys. If you don't give these guys some type of run-stopping ability, you're going to get run on heavily, and it's going to be real nasty and frustrating, all right? Also, keep in mind, the Mission MUT players, these guys, the 98s and stuff, they don't get all of the chems from the crews, all right? Just remember that. The crew members are not giving those 98s any type of abilities. All right, so let's go ahead and add these right now so that we don't forget. Jeremy Chin is also a new addition. He does not get the other, he don't get the other boost either from the other players. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take a look at some of the other stuff that we've added. We've added Timothy Tebow into the lineup as well. We're going to be taking a look at what we're going to do with him and some gameplays coming forward. I'll let you guys wait for that as we go ahead and explore with him, but he's going to be our new quarterback going forward. He does get all of the crew attributes because he has all the symbols on his card. All right, we'll see how he plays, we'll see how he throws, we'll see how it works, but right now he looks like he's going to be one of the better players. All right, so hopefully that explained a lot of what Mission MUT is and what it's doing. I do believe that it'll help a lot of you guys that had questions about how it works. And if you do have more questions afterwards, leave a question in the comment section. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you have a beautiful and blessed day. And until next time, one love, y'all.